Well, hi there, everyone. And today is Tuesday, September 30th, and welcome to the VIP Trade Room with Roger Scott and Matt Horton. My name is Raleigh White. I'm coming to you live from a beautiful day here in Austin, Texas, and I'm going to be your moderator today. Now, in today's session, Roger's going to be covering a range of important topics with a continued focus on the new and enhanced data miner. Specifically, he's going to talk about how the data miner finds winning stealth surge trades, including every key step that Roger uses in his selection process, how he chooses the best option and the right strike price. And the idea here is to let you experience how data miner can be used in its fullest context. Now, if you have questions during Roger's presentation, please type them in the chat window, and we'll address them periodically throughout the session as to not interfere with Roger's presentation. Now, the chat is going to be open to everyone, so remember the ground rules. Be kind, keep to the topic, no political discussions whatsoever. Please, please, please keep your side conversations to a minimum so that the rest of us can focus on the education and the information that Roger is sharing, because folks, he's here to give us an edge and to help us all become a little bit more consistent and confident in our trading. Now, this morning at 8 o'clock in his pre-market show, Roger shared, his views as to what he sees in the markets, and he usually starts by giving us a listing of some of the small caps that are on his watch list. And today, we can see there was Seed above $1.55, BENF above 74 cents, and STAK above $1.61. Now, I'm going to go to my charts on my other monitor here. Let me just take a look at them and see if there anything happened here with these. It looks like BNEF may be approaching a line for consideration. Hard to tell. Yeah, it does look like it's trading right now at like 72, 73 cents, so it might be approaching that level, and we'll have Roger discuss that in a little bit. Now, one of the things I do want to remind everybody about these small caps is that they are unto themselves. Once again, they're not impacted by the broader things that we talk about that impact large cap stocks, and from that perspective, folks, really only consider trading these during normal market hours. And if you don't see an entry before 2 p.m. Eastern time, just forget about trading a small cap for that day. Come back and look at something tomorrow. And under no circumstances should you ever hold these positions overnight. Folks, when Roger sees something that he likes, it's based on extreme pre-market volume. His expectation is when the market opens up, that volume is going to continue to climb. It's going to hit that pre-market high, then bounce higher, and then he recommends trailing a stop and setting profit targets, because those things will fall as quickly as they take off. So anyway, be careful. Now, as far as his catalysts for today are concerned, and you know what a catalyst is, right? That's information that's known or will be known, but is not yet priced in the market, and it's focused on the day. So today, once again, looking at Fed, we had consumer sentiment, we had the JOLTS jobs report, and we had home price data come out. Consumer sentiment, sliding a bit. The JOLTS jobs, once again, new jobs being added. Once again, not doing so hot there, but that's the news that came out from the Fed. As far as other sectors to watch, consumer, discretionary, Lamb Weston looked like it was going to be up about 3% coming into the open. On the technology side, we noted that Paycheck was down 5%. On utilities, CNP was down 1%. And then there were a lot of questions about how could a pending government shutdown impact the market. And Roger's opinion was, look, guys, I don't think that's going to have any impact on like morning trading. But as we get into the afternoon and more news flow comes out of Congress, that might create some more volatility this afternoon. Now, as far as his pre-market stock watch list is concerned, and if you're there with us every morning, Roger will go ahead and share the shorts and the longs. He actually brings up each one of these symbols on the chart, discusses them briefly, and moves on to the next one. And we can see that there were several shorts that were listed, as well as several long trades. Now, one of the things that he'll do in today's session is he'll update this list, because it's now midday, and many of these stocks may may remain on his midday list, or you might hear some new names that are being added. Now, as far as his pre-market closing comments were concerned, he continues to like what he sees and remains cautiously optimistic that the market could move higher. He noted that the QQQ, the QQQE, the MAGs, and the SPY and the bonds, they were all up. Now, he did have a slight concern over the fact that the VIX was not moving lower. It was basically in its range above a key level of support, and he's hoping that that's going to dip down a little bit to add a little bit more emphasis to a potential move up, so that was a concern. He also noted that there was really no clear-cut sector momentum. Some of the sectors that were at the top of the list, they're more defensive stocks, okay? The ones that really, the speculative stocks that tend to drive the market, they were a little bit lower, and he said there was also no clear-cut directional bias in the market either. His recommendations for those of us trading: wait for the first 30 minutes. Look at that as a liquidation point if you're going to sell some positions, etc. But buying into the market before the reports came out at 10 o'clock, he advised against that, and he also suggested that if the shutdown becomes an issue, we'll tend to see more of that in this afternoon's trading. So, once again, just getting back to today's agenda, there's a number of things that we're going to be discussing today, but the focus is going to be on the new and enhanced data miner. And Roger's going to basically share with us how the data miner finds winning stealth surge trades. And he's going to include every step that he takes in his process for this selection process, painstakingly, each and every step, and how he uses the data miner there. He's also going to share with us how he chooses the best option and the right strike price. And the whole idea for the day is he wants you to have some really good context into exactly how he uses the data miner to make his decisions. So this is a follow-on from yesterday where we talked a lot about the features that are in the data miner. Now he's going to show you how he applies those features. Now, once again, folks, if you have any questions during Roger's presentation, please type them in the chat window, and we'll address them periodically throughout the session so as to not to interfere with Roger's presentation. Also, remember, folks, that the chat is open to everyone. So remember the ground rules, folks. Always be kind and supportive. Number 2, keep to the topic. Stay focused on the topic. No political discussions allowed whatsoever. Also, please, please, please keep your side conversations to a minimum so that the rest of us can focus on the education and the information that Roger's going to be sharing. Because you know what, folks? He's here to give us an edge and to help us all become more confident and consistent in our trading activities. So we're going to have a great session here today. And once again, this week, Roger's going to be doing an awful lot of focus on exactly how he uses the new data miner software, the enhanced software program, to help him in his selection process. And as he said yesterday, yeah, it's great to sit here and talk about all these features, right, that are in the system, but it only makes sense if you know how to apply them. And so today, I know he's going to start that process of showing you exactly how he uses these features and how he benefits from using them to make the stock selections. And particularly, he's going to share with us how the data miner helps him make those stealth surge stock recommendations that are a part of that program. So I think we're all going to be pretty darn excited about that. Now, we have a great group of people that are here in the room. Nice to see everyone here. Awesome contingency. And I'd also like to give a special shout out for those of you that are here from distant lands, because we do have people that are joining us from as far away as Australia and Europe and Scandinavia. And I even have to put kind of like Hawaii on the list because once again, because of where they are. But anyway, it's delighted to go ahead and have everybody here. So once again, Roger's going to be joining us here in just a couple of minutes or so. We did have a terrific session here this morning. Just to share just a little bit with you, his closing comments. He really likes what he saw happening in the markets, pre-market, but he remains cautiously optimistic that things are going to move, are positioning themselves to move higher. He did note that the QQQ, the QQE, and the MAGs, the SPY, the bonds, even the RSP were all trending higher.
Show them again. Okay.
Hey,
Not
there's
what it's going to look like, but what it actually looks like.
Hello.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
Roger. There
Hello.
you go.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm right here. I'm
Yeah.
just chit-chatting with Matt as I'm logging in. I'm multitasking.
There you go. Well, you're supposed to ring the doorbell first, Roger. You just don't barge into the house. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But
That's
wait a
right.
minute, it is your house.
Yeah, sorry. I was just, I usually just come in a room. I'm not used to it. I apologize. I didn't mean to cut you off. I
No,
didn't even know you
no.
were talking.
Heck no, Roger. I was just basically sharing with people some of the things that you shared with us today. In the market and the opening comments that you had, and a little bit of a concern about where's the VIX going to be, and with regard to the shutdown. Don't expect to see any impact this morning, but as we get news, I guess this afternoon we could see some volatility this afternoon, but that's a bridge to cross later. So,
Yeah.
anyway, it's great to see you, my friend. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I always like leading with this question, Roger. Based on what you were anticipating pre market, anything surprising at all coming into the midday?
Not one shred, as a matter of fact. And as you were there, let me just share my screen real quick. What I said today, and I'll just kind of very quickly paraphrase it. What I said today was that yesterday was too much too fast, and I expected today to be more of like a continuation from these 2 days. And I wouldn't be surprised if we came and clicked right, pinged wicked out right at the 8-day EMA and came up from there. And I wouldn't even be surprised if we went a little lower as long as we covered above. And that would bring this bar here a lot more closer to what these bars are doing than when this bar opened up all the way up here yesterday and then just pretty much took us down all day long.
Right.
That's exactly what I mean. There was I believe over 700 people there, and it was only a few hours ago. I don't think my story changed. And if you looked at mags, and if you look at the mega caps, you could see that's exactly what happened. We wicked that price level right here. Just as we said we would. And I said I'm not. See, this is actually even a better example. If you look at this bar here, and you look at this bar here, and you look at this bar here, they look like a natural progression. Okay, this looks like too much too fast, which is exactly what we said yesterday. Too much too fast. So, take profit at the top. Don't do anything. And a lot of people made money. Actually, I got a couple of emails. People made some good money shorting the SPY, which is not what the intent of this was. But this looks a lot more like what I had in mind. This actually looks exactly like what I had in mind. So, and again, it's one thing talking about, Monday back quarterbacking, but we talked about this, just a few hours ago.
Sure.
It wicked right there. Matter of fact, this morning, Raleigh, you may or may not know this. I don't know how closely you follow us intraday, and I don't really expect you to follow every little, everything we because it's a nightmare. But when we were coming right here this morning, I sent out a little signal to everybody saying, "Hey, we just clipped the 8-day EMA. I think we're near the bottom." And I drew a little level and I drew a little line here. Again, I don't want to go back into I told you so, but you guys know all this. You guys saw all that. Also, while that was happening, I was trying to micromanage Matt, which I actually hardly ever do, but I was micromanaging Matt. I had a lot to say this morning, so I jumped into the Trading Zone Live, and I said, "Roger here. I'm encouraging Matt to go long somewhere near the 661.80 area, and because I think we're going to chop between there and 66.40, and we'll see if he bites. Right? We're just messing around, and he bit. He went long right at 662.07, which is very close to 680." And he took profit at 663.14, which is pretty close to 663.40. So he actually listened to me for once. He listened to me for once.
I think he listens a lot.
He does. He does. He
As
does.
a matter of fact, I think it's somewhat bidirectional. Hey, but listen, Roger, before I overlook this,
Yes.
on the small cap side, I think BENF actually gave us a buy signal this morning.
Oh, that's
Just here a few minutes ago.
Okay,
of the
cool. Let's
small
take a look.
stocks, yeah.
I appreciate that because I looked at it earlier today, like about an hour and a half ago, and I didn't see anything. But these things, they're pretty frisky, these small caps,
They can, because I think your level was 74 cents and it's trading at 77 cents now.
Yeah, let's take a quick look back. Okay, so we had three stocks. We had Seed. Seed was supposed to be above 155. No soup there, not even close. BENF. 74 cents, and we went as high as you're definitely long this position. My suggestion, folks, would if you are in this position, it's got a lot of volume. I mean, it's got more volume than it's had uh, ever. That's the kind of trades we like to take.
Right.
Ones that have the more volume than we've ever seen before. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the highest probability ones. So right now, I would just trail it using the VWAP or the 15-day EMA using the 5-minute bars. That's what I would do. I would just trail it really, really tight. I wouldn't let this go to like 50 cents, or I wouldn't do that. I would just trail it. That's what I would do.
Yeah, the other one was Stack, and it hasn't approached its level either. STAK.
Right. STAK. Right. Yeah, that was no, not nowhere close.
No sniff.
And
Okay.
usually you'll find, and usually the beautiful thing, the way I teach you to do this, is it'll either hit, and most of the time, if it hits, it'll hit it pretty good, or it just won't even come close. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. You don't want it. You don't want it to hit hard, and back off every time. So it gives you a really good margin of safety. Because I'd rather you not get into these small caps than lose your money on these small caps.
Right.
It's more of like, if you're going to get in, there's a really good chance of making money. Because for it to go above, okay, I'm going to explain. I never had a lesson on this, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would like to hear this. I never explained my logic, so I'm going to explain the logic for you guys. Okay, so if you're just tuning in right now, that's great. I really appreciate it, and welcome, and hello to everybody on YouTube. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to explain this to you. I'm going to explain to you how I do this, so you understand why it works so well. Two things have to happen. Two things have to happen. Not one, two. The first thing that has to happen is the volume on the stock, when I look at the stock, has to be extremely high. When I mean extremely high, I don't mean like highest level in the last 3 days. I mean like the highest level ever. The highest level as
10x,
far back.
100x.
Yeah. Like I want to see crazy, batshit crazy volume. Excuse my French, okay? Like crazy volume, crazy, insane volume. Then I want to see the highest price pre-open. And then I want the after the market opens to go above that price. Now, why do I make you guys wait till the market opens? Because when the market opens, institutional traders come in. And we want these small stocks to be so attractive that small cap institutions start buying it. Institutions don't buy stocks in the middle of the night. There's not enough liquidity for them. They buy stocks only after the market opens. Can you imagine, and I hate to use this person as an example. I really do. I'm going to cringe right now. But can you imagine Kathy Woods, for her massive fund, trying to buy a stock that trades like 500,000 shares a day for her fund? She can't do that. She has to wait till market opens. She has to wait for some liquidity to come into the market. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to mark the high, and we want to see if buyers step in with real volume above that level. So the stock gets on our radar because pre-open we see a crazy amount of volume. And again, when I say a crazy amount of volume, I mean like the most you've ever seen, the biggest in a year, like 4,000 times better than usual, 1,000 times more than usual. Not like 50% volume, like crazy volume, like never like this stock. Like look, the ENM. Like look right here. Look at what it trades on an average day. Like nothing. Like 400, like a million. It's at 200. I don't know what this stock is doing today, but whatever the stock is doing, it's definitely making a difference in its price. And as you can see, the price is above resistance, all that other stuff above the 200-day moving average. But the volume, you got to have the volume. If you don't have the volume, you have nothing. So if you look back, you will see that the volume is the highest it's ever been. And I guess it didn't materialize on this stock. It was high, but then it didn't go anywhere. It fizzled out. So it didn't go anywhere. Mea culpa. What are you going to do? That's how you do it. So I wanted you guys to understand. I'm looking for two things that need to coincide, and they have to make they have to make a lot of sense. Okay, they have to make a lot of sense. Those two things make sense. The high pre-market coupled with institutional accumulation. We want Kathy Woods of the world to come in and say, "Wow, this is amazing. What are we doing?" All right. So as far as market action, I think the market's a little quieter today because of the potential of the government shutdown, and also we don't really have a catalyst right now driving price. There really isn't anything driving price right now. Okay. There's no major economic data till this Friday. This is all stuff that's kind of priced into the market. The one thing we have going for us that's very advantageous right now, or was advantageous, was the bond market, and the bond market looked like it was making an A line this morning. The problem is it has sold off since then. Market's still not closed. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 hours. Internals are not looking. They're not looking horrible, but they're not looking all that great. They're kind of looking like this. And what we're really seeing in the market the last several hours, this is just a holy mess. I mean, this is just no, Jolts is not today. It wasn't that big of an impact. We're looking for Friday's data and Thursday's data. But this is a mess. This is you've got good energy, you've got good rhythm. This is good day trading. This is really good day trading. We can, because it's easy to pick the highs and lows here. This is what I was telling Matt. Go in around 6180 and get out around 6040, and he got in right here. He actually listened to me. So I'm surprised you didn't go short here, man. But this is the kind of market we want for day trading, but this kind of market doesn't really give us anything for building or position or stocks. So the only thing I'm going to look for right now, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm going to go through some stocks with you, and then I want to go back to data miner. Believe it or not, the developer yesterday, when did he start working on the correlation module? Like yesterday afternoon, Matt?
Yeah.
And this morning he comes up to us. He's like, "Here it is. It's done." we got Matt's like playing with it right now. He's gonna show it you all that stuff right now. I mean, it's amazing. It's nice to have a developer who actually works for the company. Not see what happens is when we originally made Data Miner, we didn't have we weren't making software every 5 minutes. So we hired this developer, and you know how developers are. They're contractors. They take the money and then they're like, it'll be done soon. And then 6 months later, this guy works for us. So, hey, this is what you need to do. And this is what you need to do right now. And that's how it works. So he's like, so I'm very excited, very excited. You guys could tell. So here's what I'm looking at, folks. And I'm going to be very straight with you. I want to see this A-line continuation. I want to see us trade above 665.50, and I don't want us to see. I don't want us breaking this low right here. The bottom line is, if we're above, if we continue to stay above the 8-day EMA, I'll be okay. We'll be okay. And let me just show you on Mags how that looks. This is fine as long as the meat of the move. You see, and this is what I was actually. I hate to say I told you so, but I was saying this morning. You see how we're higher than these bars right here, right? The high is already higher than these two bars. And you see how the low is higher than these two bars. So if we were to close right here, and again, remember that yesterday was an anomaly, and I was telling you it was an anomaly, too much, too fast, then we would be okay. We would be fine because look, the highs we're making higher highs and we're making higher lows. As long as we continue doing that, I'm golden. I'm good. We'll be fine. Mm-hmm. What I don't want to see is monkey business here. I don't want to see us breaking the low here, coming down, closing below the 8-day EMA. That's what I don't want to see. Okay, that's what I don't want to see. And you could see that across the board. You could see how. Look at that. We're just keying right off the 8-day EMA. Here, I wouldn't even mind if we went. I don't want to, but if we went a little lower and like say right here, it would still be okay because we're still making higher highs and lower and higher lows. So right now, hey, John. So right now, what I want you guys to really pay attention to, is that. I want you to pay attention to whether we continue just gently coming up this level and just riding the 8-day above and having the meat close above. That's what I'm looking for on a daily basis for all the indices right now. And what I really would love to have for Christmas is the bond market bottom out here and start coming back up here that would, I mean, it's okay here. It's not breaking this level. Remember, this was our level right here, right? The make it or break it level. We as long as we bottom out there here where we are right now, here or here. Raleigh, you could see my mouse very clearly, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that everybody could see everything clearly. So as long as we bottom out here, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'd love to see this kind of, come up. And again, the market still has almost 4 hours, but I don't want to go lower because if we start breaking here, it's going to start messing with us, right? It's going to start messing with. Going to start messing with this. But I love how we're wicking down here and bouncing back up. But I look. This is yesterday's closing, and this is the low of today, and we're just holding this level. Great for scalping.
Yeah.
All right, so this way, at least you guys have a good understanding of like what I'm looking at, what the deal is, what the structure is, and none of this should be. I don't have the chat open, right? I just closed the chat a minute ago, but none of this should be a surprise for anybody based on what we've been I've been prepping you guys every day and all that.
Mm-hmm.
None of this there's no surprises here. Like if anybody's saying what, nothing here at all. Nothing here at all. Okay.
And Roger, once again, I just want to say that in the chat, a number of people did take advantage of the trades coming out in the that you and Matt issued and did quite well.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. Good. That's good to hear. We don't have a lot of positions right now, and I need to put one in for the pit, which I'm going to start looking for after this. But it'll probably be a swing style trade, unless we stay right here near the view up. I don't know. I'm not in a rush right now. And one thing nobody will ever do is they'll never ever make me succumb to FOMO. I have zero FOMO. Like I don't have any excitement. Markets don't. You guys making money makes me very excited. That gives me the dopamine that I used to get from making money in trading. I don't get it from the markets anymore. Matt doesn't get it. You will see us just the same way, whether we made money or not. It just doesn't. It's our performance. Are we performing up to par? Are we being consistent? We're hard on that, but the money is just a byproduct of all of this. All right, that's great. Okay, let me just check one more thing, SMH, and then I want to give you. SMH is looking nice. Look at that. Bottomed out right at the low, yesterday's closing. This is yesterday's closing. That's why they leave this here. It's a very, very important level.
Mm-hmm.
Went above. Looks like and we have a double top. We have a double top in the short term, but this is looking great. This is looking like a nice trend. I'm not really seeing anything that I don't like, anything that I need. I'm not seeing any major clouds on the horizon or anything like that. I'd love to tell you that I do, but I really don't. Okay. Let me give you the short list and then I'll give you the long list. Also, we took a target short in the pit as a bonus trade. I don't mind talking about it now. We already talked about it this morning as a bonus trade. The trade is pretty much right where we got in right now. I'm still looking for potential downside. And market internals, which are diverging right now, are greatly favoring the downside. And if I was mad, I'd probably start looking to take a short around 599, 599.50.
I would consider it. The only problem is the White House is still live, and that's what we're moving off of.
I couldn't agree with you more. I had no idea he was talking. But this is what I mean. See, Volt is going down, SPY's coming up, and usually we all know where the SPY ends up, right where the Volt is. But again, Trump talking override is like look at the SPY right now. Look at this. You don't want to be caught up on the wrong. You don't want to be caught up on the wrong side of Trumpster. Okay. Joined a month ago. Azafar, just call Raleigh will give you the contact info for customer service. They'll hook you up. They'll help you join the pit. Not a problem. He will help you. Get you that info. He'll give you the customer service. Okay. Let me just check something here. Really do like Microsoft here. I really like NVIDIA here as well. I want to chase this thing. Yeah, I'm not going to chase this thing. I really do like Microsoft. Yeah, I wish if the market we could just press the pause button on the market while I'm talking would be fantastic.
But it's interesting. The market internals seem to be somewhat responsive to it. So just keeping an eye on the internals is huge.
Yeah,
Like I said, the divergence we're seeing right now is a warning signal.
massive, and it's not favoring the upside, as you can see. I mean, look, the volt has been very consistent today.
Yeah.
This is the kind of volt I would pay attention to right now, because look how straight it's been going down. And look at this. Look at SPY just going straight up. And look at here. SPY's coming up, boom, comes right back down. Tries to do it here, comes back down. I'm willing to bet money that this spot that we're gonna come in favor of the volt, as we always do, because it's just such a nice clean trend. We're also getting slightly into the upper area of fair value. Fair value is more right here. This area right here. So we're getting a little bit away from fair value. And market internals, look at ADD, we're negative 476. We're not really positive. I would not be going long the SPY right now. Okay. Thank you, David. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. All right. So let me give you stocks. Let me give you stocks on my short list and long list, okay? And then we'll get back into data miner, which I can't wait to share. I could actually show you some of the stuff today. Yesterday, I could only show you part 1. Now I could show you part 2 and 3. Cyrus closed. Very nice. Very nice. All right. All right. I'm sure Raleigh will copy them as he always does for us. Meanwhile, let's look at some stocks. This is so I want to explain something to you guys, okay? This is important because and this is a little nuance here. I always talk about these 1.5 ATR, 10-day ATR from the 8-day EMA levels. So when it's just kind of like this, that's not overextended. Overextended is when the bar penetrates the level. Penetrates. This is not penetrating yet. So you could take scalps and still take trades over here, but you don't want to start taking them when we're penetrating the level, okay? So this is not overextended just yet, especially if you could see here the distance with the... What does that sound? Clipping sound. Hear that? Or something.
I heard it. It wasn't me.
Anyways. Maybe it's the mic or something. Anyways. So right here, this is still okay. So again, folks, keep an eye on how close you are to the 8-day, the actual bars to the 8-day EMA. And keep an eye on close to whether we've penetrated this level like this. This is still okay. Okay, this is still okay. Okay, DE. Nice clean trend to the downside. UTWO. Haven't had this stock on our list in quite some time, actually. Right here. BH. That's a very clean looking grind. Now, you wouldn't want to day trade this. But this could be a very nice swing, potentially. I don't know if the options are liquid. No. They're non-existent. Okay, KEX. Unfortunately, a lot of these shorts are not the biggest stocks in the world. See, and there's the market. Is it going up right now? No. He's not here, Bodine. I haven't seen him in a few days, actually.
We just started the Q&A portion, finally, of this press conference, so expect to see a little volatility.
Can everybody except William see my screen?
Yeah, your screen is
okay,
up front
cool.
and center. Yep.
All right, that's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure. Okay, thanks, guys. HH, another grinder. Right now, grinders to the downside may actually be better than breakdowns because we've been getting a lot of false breakdowns to the downside, but these grinders tend to be pretty good, especially around the 8-day EMA. Okay? Thank you, guys. Thank you. And then DE. DE. E actually looks a lot like... Oh, we already had DE. That's why it looks a lot like a stock we already had, because we already had the same stock. See, I don't remember ticker symbols, but I don't forget price action. Isn't that
And
funny,
people's
Raleigh?
names in the room.
Right. Like I don't forget price. I don't forget price action. Like I'm like I just saw this a few minutes ago, but oh, it's deer. Okay, that's kind of funny, right? Most people remember names. I remember price action. But I couldn't remember Morgan Freeman's name and another actor's name yesterday. Like my favorite actors, I couldn't remember their name. I'm like, that guy, that guy that I like, that this guy, that, the one that we just saw yesterday in the movie, that same guy. Like, yeah, that guy. Okay. So these are longs that I like. Um, Again, this is not overextended. This is not overextended. Just because this is overextended. This is overextended. This is not overextended. Just maybe starting to get a hair. NVIDIA. I like NVIDIA. I really do. But I'm just nervous about internals right now.
I think the looming government shutdown tonight has partially to blame for the bearishness.
I think so too. It makes sense. Microsoft. I like Microsoft, and Microsoft, by the way, looks like it's got a nice little grind here, which is nice. Dell looks okay. Doesn't look bad. Chris, doesn't look bad. Okay. GE, which if I didn't already have it, if Matt and I didn't already have it in one of our portfolios, then I'd probably be buying it right now. Doesn't it look good, Matt?
Yep.
Doesn't it look amazing?
It does.
That looks like an A-line right there. But we already have it somewhere, so that's that. Can't double dip, folks. LRCX looks pretty good. AU, this is a gold stock. People have been asking me about gold stocks. It is, Adam. It is. Nice grind. Try to get it closer to the 8 day, as long as it's positive on the day. Orly. Again, very nice looking stock. I'd probably buy this stock if we didn't already own it. One of our programs. Here's the thing. I did not even know we were long those two stocks. And then I told Matt, I'm like, I love these stocks. He's like, we have them here and here. I'm like, yep. Perfect. That's what I was hoping for. We don't have a lot of positions right now. TKO, still looking okay. Still looking good. Volume's picking up on this stock. I'd probably buy it closer to the 8-day EMA, but I do like this stock. It still looks good. What I'm really excited about, Tiva. Look at the move on Tiva today. Nice looking move. Nice stock. Tiva, that's the last one. Yeah, I think we just closed Morley. How much did you take out of Orly, Matt?
21%, somewhere around there.
What program was it in?
True Trend.
There's that. So if Orly pulls back right here to the 8-day, I may want to get it again, or if I may want to day trade it at the VWAP. Hey, Tim. Okay. Now. Matt, you have the... first, I want to make sure I have all my facts straight. You have the demo version that hasn't been launched of the new data miner, but you have it now, not which is the first page, not which is the first module in the options, but you have it now for the seasonality, right?
I do.
And you have it now for the time spreads. Am I correct?
Yes.
Ha! Okay. Now, folks, he still has to make sure the math is all kosher, but at least I could show you a final product. So, Matt, take over your screen. Take about 5 minutes, maybe a little more, to show them the final products. Then I'm going to go through the steps that we use this. And then as I narrate the steps that we use for my steps for Stealth Surge, because we use Data Miner for Stealth Surge, you'll narrate it on the screen. How about that? In other words, you'll just show them the area where it is, okay? Does that sound fair?
Yep.
All right. All right. Let me go ahead and unshare my screen. They don't trust me with the demo. They trust him because they know I'm going to break it. Thanks, Gordon. So yesterday we had one module. Today we have 3 modules. We're getting pretty close to now Matt has to make sure now Matt has to try to break it, make sure all the data's correct, battle test it, and then we can release it. So Matt, take over. Talk a little bit.
All right. So if you're not familiar with the old data miner, let's just go over it as new. This brand new system. Right here on the left, you have, well, we still have the top 10. That's one of the changes, and they're now clickable. So say let's look at when we click on it, and it comes up. See, I already had one in there, so I can come right here, get rid of that. Now I can see when. The first window you'll see is the technical analysis window. So this is a lot of stuff that Roger uses from Stock Fetcher. Day high low, 90-day high low, 20-week, 30-day volume, ADX. You can get a suggested option.
Now ADX, don't be so fast. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. Go over the ADX. Explain to them with my AD and liquidity. Don't rush over this. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, you'll see it says strong right there because it's checking for Roger's criteria to see if it's good or if it's bad. So it'll tell you if it's in your favor or not.
And liquidity too. See the green? It's telling you that we have more than 300,000 shares average daily volume. It's got 1.9, but that's the criteria that I actually use to screen. All right. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. You had a good flow going on. Go ahead.
Yep. Then we can check if we like everything here. We can check and see if there's a suitable option based off of Roger's criteria. We click get options recommendation. This one we're still working out the kinks a little bit, so we'll see if it works.
It's not supposed to give you an option if the spread on the option is over 10 cents.
It also looks for your delta requirements. Oh, we found one.
It's too smart, man. This thing is like too smart. It's smarter. It's going to outsmart me.
Well, but once again, Roger, these are your parameters, right?
I know, but it's I love it.
It's just fast.
Yeah, it's like all there. Look at that.
Shows us our best match on the option. Shows you the choices, but there's your best match right there. We also have time spread analysis. So when it comes up to earnings, got some implied volatility metrics there. You want to check the earnings state. So that's actually something I want to add here.
Add in here. We can add that in here, Matt. Like give top.
Write that down.
Yeah. So folks, what I see, Matt and I think alike. I wanted to tell the developer that I wanted to automatically pull all upcoming earnings over over the next 24 hours. So you have a list of all the earnings, so you don't have to look for earnings. I know, David, it's beyond expectations. This is like I'm telling you, I went from version 1.0 to version 10.0 overnight. And think about how when you guys start playing with it and start coming up with all these ideas, like Matt and I just came up with. I came out with it yesterday and I totally forgot about it. But now he came up with the same idea. We don't need to check earnings. This thing will tell us ahead of time over the next 24 hours what earnings are and put it on a piece of put it for us. So all we have to do is click on it and see what matches our area. Right, Matt?
Yep. I'm actually going to get them to do a list too of all the stocks in our list that have earnings coming up in the next 5 days. So you can get kind of prepared.
Perfect. And we have to, Matt, what we need to do is we have to expand our list from S&P 500 to the Mega Cap 1000. But that's us. That's on you and me. We have to do that manually because we have to get seasonality for that.
Yep. And then you also have, just like the old data miner, you've got the graph that's showing you the seasonality on all different days. We did add the number of trades as well, although I'm not seeing it on here.
It just says failure rate, doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, so what that Well, that's for the
Yeah.
applied volatility. That's saying it stayed inside of, or it got out of the range 14% of the time.
Yeah. Which is good.
So we have the number of trades here on the top 10 list. We get him to add it to graph for each individual ticker.
Now, Matt, what does weak signal mean here? I mean, seasonality's weak. Is that it? Oh, no, that's time spread.
That's the time spread.
Oh, it means it's a weak candidate for a time spread. It doesn't have the criteria we want.
Right. Although I think it's actually backwards right now. So if it's weak as in it's not moving outside of the expected range very often.
So that's good. He needs to change this backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He's moving so fast. The developer's moving so fast that we're literally, yeah. So give us a little time on this. This is literally hot off the press. Like he just gave this to us like this morning. All right. You could compare it to other stocks.
You can. So you can do quite a few. You can add Apple. They're all on the graph together.
Go ahead, Matt. Continue. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm typing in real time my notes to the developer.
Yeah, please take all the time you want.
Yeah, and people are asking, is this real time? Yeah, this data is real time, folks.
Yeah.
You know, Roger, just, a thought crosses my mind when I see
Yes.
this. And I'm going to make a generalized statement about the value of AI. Because artificial intelligence here, it's freeing us from some of the tedium that we've had in the past. And it allows our mind and our creativity to move faster. I mean, Roger Wensley, as quickly as you and Roger and people in this room come up with great ideas that might enhance performance, you've got a programmer and artificial intelligence to enable that. That just frees us up.
So much time. In a couple of years, I'll probably have like a assistant here, like an AI assistant. Well, I'll be like, okay, you could do this from what I understand with those new Meta glasses. Like talk to them and then look somewhere, and
they'll have avatars. I've got a son that's a programmer.
Yeah.
And they're bringing artificial intelligence into it. And he said, Dad, let me tell you something. Very, very soon, I'm going to have 5 to 6 people, avatars, AI avatars on my team. And I'll meet with them every morning. I'll tell them exactly what I want. I'll chew them out. I'll tell them where they screwed up. And that's going to be my development team going forward.
Amazing.
And so he's going to be working on feature-rich things and not working so much about testing and, all that kind of stuff that bogs you down.
Right.
So anyway, just a generalized comment. AI is frightening to some people, but if you use it as a tool, it can really help you.
What you just said just blows my mind away. Now, doesn't it blow your? I mean, you and I are not 20 years old. You know what I mean? This is you and I. We're the boombox generation. Like for us,
where's my 8-track?
DVD, right. The DVD, like a DVD for the CD and the DVD for us was like, ooh. I know it was for Raleigh too, because we're not like 50 years apart. So this stuff is like, I'm telling you, the only way I could say it, this is like Buck Rogers kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This guy is making changes and making programs faster than Matt and I could test them and see if the numbers are right. Murmus, believe it or not, this is the first time I'm looking at this like this. I'm not kidding you. I mean, this is like, they're just like, okay, what else can we put in? And it's in there. I don't ask me. But that's what I said, folks. It's going to take us a day or two to make sure the developer's like, okay, I'm done. Just tell me what I need to fix. Now, Matt has to now go through, make sure this label means that. But Matt, continue explaining, and then show the next module when you're done with this one.
I think we pretty much covered this first page. Gone through. You
Okay.
got the technical indicators, time spread, the original seasonality format.
And this is Matt hardly ever gets impressed with anything. He actually told the
I have been very
developer
impressed.
he was impressed with the correlation thing. He's like, "This is some crazy stuff." Go ahead and show folks this.
We also have the correlation analysis tab.
Yes.
Say we want to compare SPY to GE.
Michael, we're answering your question right now. This is what Michael asked a few minutes ago.
We can change the analysis period. I'll keep it on 3 months right
3
now.
months. Yeah, I like 3 months. Look at this.
Oh man, what a great visual.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, in an instant, you see.
You really see. You really see. You don't just see, you really see. You see 80.89? Anything over 0.66 is highly correlated. He literally, this is the first time I'm seeing this work. This is the first time I'm seeing this page. Like you guys are seeing it for the first time. I'm seeing it for the first time.
Yeah. User interface is good. Yep.
Yeah. So look at the data. It's all there. So we're going to be able to so the next thing I'm going to ask the developer to do, and I told you this yesterday, I'm going to ask the developer, and we're going to have to figure out how to do it with market cap. Basically, where you can dump your entire portfolio into here, and it'll tell you how much your entire portfolio is correlated to the stock market. I just need to figure out the mathematical equation for doing that. Once I do, he can probably do it in 10 minutes. It's going to be a lot harder for us to figure out our part. So, so you guys understand. So this is the first time. This is the first time ever. So now let me walk. Now, Matt, I'm going to go through something right now. Okay. And as I go through this, I want you to pinpoint to the function or just kind of like move your mouse around the area that I'm referring to for what I'm intending to do. Okay.
Yep.
So what I'm going to walk you through right now is how I pick stocks for the Stealth Search program. Okay? I'm going to tell you the process, the exact steps. I'm doing this for several reasons. I'm doing this because I want you to know the process that I use to pick stocks in Stealth Search, which is also happens to be in the this also happens to be in the when we launched Stealth Search several years ago. I created a video like this and explained to you exactly how we find stocks. But now it's a little different. Now it's how do we use Data Miner to find stocks or screen stocks. Before it was just how we get seasonalities with Data Miner, and now we go everywhere else. But now we're talking about how we use Data Miner for all of it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to want to find stocks that are making 90-day, 50-day, and 52-week highs, all that stuff. Where do I find all that, Matt? Right there. Okay? I'm going to want to find stocks that have an average daily you want to write this down. This is actually the formula I use for Stock Fetcher, which has a really good profit factor and a great win rate. So I'm giving you the meat. Okay? I want to make sure the stocks are breaking through the 50-day high, the 90-day high, the 20-week high. All right? That's why we recorded this, Deanna. You see, we recorded this so that you can watch the replay on YouTube, and you can watch it in slow motion, replay it, and do all the other stuff. So then I want to make sure the volume is over, the 30-day volume is over 30, it's web-based, yes. Is over 300,000 shares per day. Is this stock over 300 shares per day, Matt?
Yep.
Bingo. Then I want to make sure my ADX is over 20 and below 40. Does this help me find that?
Yes.
Okay. Then, assuming all that is good, I want to make sure the stock has good seasonality. How can this software help me find that?
It can do that.
Isn't it right there?
It is.
Okay. So Now, assuming that I have a good, strong trend, I have good liquidity, I have a good 52, the 20-week high, 90-day high, 50-day high. And by the way, everything I'm mentioning to you is stuff we talk about on a daily basis, except for seasonality. Then, once that's good, I look for options. Can this software help me find the right option?
It can.
Now, do I want to go long if the stock is overextended too much beyond the 90-day high, 50-day high, or 20-week high? You did it backwards. Yeah. Get it. There you go. That's it. So let's see what survey says. Let's look at the option. Yes, it would be, Brent. As soon as you send me as soon as we launch it, and then you're going to do the following. You're going to send me an email, and you're going to say, I have a recommendation from Brent Moore. And it's going to say exactly what you're saying right now. And then Matt is going to take that, send it to the developer, and then Brent becomes happy. You see the process for that, Brent? That's the process, not here. Thank you. And I'd like to get all of them, but not here, not the process for it. So then, do we still want to buy the option if the option has a spread that's as big as the Grand Canyon? No. Do we want to buy the option if the spread between the bid and the offer is over 10 cents? No. Will this tell me if the spread between the bid and the offer is over 10 cents?
Yes.
All right. Will it tell me if the stock is overextended above the 8-day EMA, so that I wouldn't want to chase it?
Yep.
Would it tell me if it's still too late to enter and my profit target if it's not?
It will.
Huh. You're telling me I could do all this here now.
You can.
And where's my option?
Right there.
I see. Huh. Now, I just went through, so in this morning, while we were here, this morning, I wrote the steps right here. So I'm going to go through these with you right now. So let's just go through them to make sure that I'm not cheating. Because you know how much I like to cheat.
Roger.
So, all the key steps. Does the stock have a strong trend? Does it have directional momentum? Is it overextended? Does it have seasonality? Is the stock currently correlated to other stocks? Oh, we haven't even done that part yet. But we did that before, but that's the part we didn't do yet. Are the option spreads narrow or wide? How to select the right strike price. Now, did we not do every one of those steps here? Mm-hmm. Except we didn't go through correlation yet. We're not there yet, Tim. Correlation, go through our correlation. Let's see how, let's say we have Microsoft. I'm making this up, but let's see how Microsoft is correlated, because I'm thinking of buying Microsoft. So let's see how closely Microsoft is correlated to GE, not to SPY, to GE. Microsoft and GE. Getting ahead of himself. He's liking this too much. We're going to call this baby Matt.
Oh, that's sweet.
Look at that. Not 0.66. Only 3.0. Yeah, not bad. You have the, Mia Copa, you have the green light. Mazel tov. You go.
Yep.
All right. Ed, remember I told you what the suggestion process is? Were you not here yesterday when I talked about debit spreads and how I'm going to make sure to do them if somebody decides to send me an email after it launches and after you guys have a chance to play with it? There's a process for everything. This is not the time. This is not the place. But the answer is yes. So, did you guys see how I went through every step of how I'm selecting the stocks for? So instead of me telling you, I used this to select stocks for Stealth Surge. Did you guys see with your own eyes how this software had every step of us deciding whether we like it or not? And we didn't even, and if it had earnings, we'd be able to use the time spread section. Mm-hmm. ADX is the strength of a trend. Slope, the slope. This is an ADX of 10. This is an ADX of 15. This is an ADX of 30. This is an ADX of 40. This is an ADX of 50. This is the ADX of 60. Anything between 20 and 40 is kosher. Anything between above 40 is over too much, too fast. Anything below 15, you don't have a good slope. Does anybody not understand at this point what ADX means? You see how well I explain things? All right.
So Roger,
Yes,
the quick
yes.
thought that I've got here,
Yes,
because it
yes,
was
yes.
great to see how this encapsulates your process. But you're not suggesting that everybody needs to go through this process, because you've got a top 10 that has already filtered this.
No, the top 10 right now only filters seasonality. But I
just
will
seasonality?
have.
Okay.
But you see, you just gave me an idea that I'm pretty sure that developer can implement very, very quickly. Because do you think I want to go through all that stuff instead of just having a top 10 that has all of those things built in?
Right, that's where I was heading.
Don't you think I want to start with the top? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him to find me a list of stocks. Basically, we're going to have another, Matt, I don't see your fingers writing this down to the developer or for yourself as ideas. But yeah, we want to have a thing where we don't start with seasonality. We start with momentum. But remember, this software didn't do momentum before yesterday. You see? This is all brand new. Don't you think I'm going to have like a whole debit spreads, credit spreads, more implied volatility, being able to filter based on obviously, which you're basically saying is, and I couldn't agree with you more. So what I want to do is this. So let me Matt, I'm going to share my screen, okay, real quick.
Yep.
Thank you for doing that presentation.
Yeah,
So-
thanks, Matt.
So let me show you what I'm talking about. How cool would it be? So how cool would it be for me? So you see how I go to my stock fetcher every morning, and it gives me a list of stocks making 20-day highs. How cool would it? Oh, and by the way, ADX between 20 and 40, average volume over 300,000.
Those are the formulas, yeah.
Where did we see this before? I never used this, right, guys? You never see me using this, right? Every morning, right? Every morning. What do? I check this every morning. Guess where this is now? It's in there. So what I'd like to do is this. I'd like to press a button on Data Miner, and instead of having all of this come to me, I'd like to have all the ones that are breaking out, that have the ADX and have seasonality. So I can go right away. Boom. These are the ones for stealth. Do you know how much time that would save, Matt? Matt, how much time would that save you? A lot. Because see, all the time. Because what happens is this. Till now, Raleigh just brought up a really good point. Because till now, we didn't have a way to merge technicals with seasonality automatically. We'd have to do it manually. So what does that look like? That looks like us having to go through our top 10 list or look for stocks that have great seasonality, only to find that they don't have good relative strength.
Right, after you've done all
stocks,
that work.
right. Or stocks that look like, hey, Matt, why don't you put this one in Stealth Surge? Because it doesn't have good seasonality. Ooh, look at this stock breaking out. Why don't you put that one in Stealth Surge? Because it doesn't have good seasonality. Ooh, Matt, look at this one. It has good seasonality and it has good trend. It doesn't have good options. See the problem? There's always something, right? There's always something.
But that's the checklist. That's the checklist that you go through.
And Ken, I was thinking this in the back of my mind, and I'm going to forget all of these amazing suggestions you guys are writing. But you guys are obviously going to email them to me after we launch the program. And I'm not even going to read them. I'm going to just send them to the developer. No, I'm going to obviously read them. But yeah, how about not giving us stocks that have earnings over the next 10 days? The hell do I need those in my Stealth Search for? I'm not going to take them anyway.
Right.
So, Matt, do you see the potential here?
Yep.
Save your ass.
I'm writing it down.
Matt, you're actually, funny enough, I don't mind doing stuff manually. Matt will go out of his way not to do stuff manually. He will literally build a program he will take 20 days to build a program instead of spending 5 minutes figuring out something manually. I'm old school. He's not. This stuff could really save you a lot of time, Matt.
It can.
Like a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because because I'm not kidding. Raleigh just touched on a big can of worms, because that happens every day. And I tell you guys this happens there. Remember I tell you nothing drives me crazier than finding a perfect stock just to find out it has a wide option spread, or finding
Or
great,
it's heavily correlated with something
or
you
it's
already
heavily
have.
correlated,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
might as well get that out of the way. Might as well get, now correlation. I don't know if we could, but because everybody has a different portfolio, so you'll have to kind of check that. But you won't have to go anywhere else to check it. You could do it in one place. So my point is, this is really just here, just sitting here with you guys. Sitting here with you guys, we were able to come up with, I don't know, 20 different ideas. We're just getting started. We're just, I mean, think about in 6 months, and now think about how fast this guy puts all this in.
You bet.
Like
So-
I want to take advantage of this.
Oh yeah. So Roger, just to kind of put a little bit of a bow around this, because the comments have been so overwhelming. Is there a point at which you've basically said, okay, the feature list is done for now for this release, and Matt has it, and the programmer has it, and we're going to be testing it because everybody wants to know. So Raj, when is it going to be released?
That's so the developer literally finished everything we showed you today about 2 hours ago. I'm not kidding. Like, this was all yesterday. There was only one, the options and the technical thing was there. We did not have seasonality, and we didn't have the time spread. That was just an Excel spreadsheet yesterday. Now it's in there. You saw him playing with it.
Yep.
So now Matt has to go through, fix all the stupid errors. The stupid errors, like what Murmis was bringing up. Like, it'll give you a green instead of a red because it's misinterpreting what we. He needs to clean it up. After we clean it up reasonably, we're going to ask him to put it on the domain and launch it. Then you guys will start testing it. So I'm hoping that Matt will be able to go through all of it within the next 24 hours. That's kind of where I'm at. Right, Matt?
Yep.
So without pinning it absolutely down, the goal would be to have it released this week.
Oh, absolutely this week. It's coming
Okay.
out this week. But
I think
I'm
that's what
trying
people are looking for.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
not
It's
Wednesday,
coming out this.
Thursday, this
No,
week
no,
is the
no. It's
plan.
coming out this week. I just want him to, like. I don't want to embarrass myself. You know what I'm saying? With like,
No.
I
Yeah.
don't want to. I don't want to.
And I think the people were looking at here going, these ideas are great, but feature creep can get in the way of the release.
Yeah. There's always look. We're going to probably have features release, and especially.
Oh, yeah.
You see, I'm not that motivated to release new things when I see how long it takes. But with this, I'm like, let's come on, roll up the sleeves. Let's get. And the good news is, Matt is going to learn how to use this technology. So soon, I'm not going to have to rely on Juarez. I'm going to be able to rely on the guy sitting here to do this for us. So because this is really, really cool. This is
Fantastic.
really, really cool. So folks, and now I'm going to do this class one last time. The odds are, I don't know how many spots we have at this price. Probably not that many.
46. They said 46. Yeah, 46 coming to the open. So yesterday we were
okay.
at 99.
Oh,
and I
okay,
think 42
okay.
of them went, or 44 or 45. So we have 40. Let's
Okay.
say just round the number. We have about 40 slots left.
Exactly. And folks, so once those 40 spots are left, the price is going to go up another $100. And then when we release it, it's going to go up a lot more than that.
Like
because
$1,000.
this thing is better than sliced bread. And I didn't want to tell you, one thing I didn't want to do today is I didn't want to tell you, well, I'm going to do this, I'm going to use this for this, and I'm going to use this for that. I wanted to actually show you, like, hey, this is what I need done. And Matt's like, here's what we would do. Here's where it would be done. And then I need this done. Oh, here's this. And I need this. So you actually saw how useful it is with your own eyes. And he was actually not playing around with the dummy model. The developer's like, I'm done till you tell me I'm not. So now Matt just has to check to make sure we didn't make any retarded mistakes. We don't want to embarrass ourselves. Then we're going to release it, and then you guys will start giving us the goodies. So we're this close to there. It's not going to take him that long to do that. So pay attention. If you still are on the fence, this is going to give you an opportunity. I'm going to only take about 20 minutes, half an hour to do this. This will tell you all the cool new features that it's coming out. And if you haven't jumped in yet, you're really missing the boat because you're going to pay 3 to 4 times as much. We're going to keep adding the features and keep upping the price. And some people got into this at the ground floor. They're like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
folks,
would do this if we can, Raj. Let's let the people that are on the YouTube channel know that now is the time to come over into the Zoom room if they want, because
Yes.
we'll be closing the YouTube channel here in a few seconds.
Yes, and Matt, it will do that, and he'll post the link to this class. He'll take care of that right now.
Already posted.
And see, look at Murmus VIP. Hell yeah,